Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? My name is M1K3 and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how you can gain 3,000 arena points daily, even if you're in champion or contender division. I got this video idea from my good friend Drolby, so shout out to him. His channel will be in the description. 55% of you guys watching are not subscribed. Consider subscribing and liking the videos if you like this kind of content. It really helps out so much more than you think. With that said, let's get into today's episode. Starting this video off, the first thing that you need to understand is that the fastest way to gain points is by not losing any. So let me explain that a bit further. A lot of people, they hop into arena unfocused, often sitting on Twitter, watching a YouTube video or Snapchatting their friends. And I do this all the time too. But if you really want to get as many arena points as possible, it's important that you keep in mind that every game matters. And if you can win off spawn by having a good drop, loot route, and material farming route, then you're probably gonna survive more times than not. A lot of people also often tunnel vision on pushes they can do to get a couple of kills. But if you're in champion and you do this, you get 40 points for the 2 kills, and then if a third party comes and you die, you will lose 20 points on that game. And I'm obviously not saying that you should sit in a box and not go for any fights, because that's just stupid. What I am saying, however, is that you shouldn't push before you have a comfortable loadout, a good amount of mats, and some shields. This way, you will limit RNG, and you will most likely come out on top. Secondly, we need to talk about what game mode you should play to get the most amount of arena points in the shortest amount of time. And everybody knows that theoretically, solo is the best way to gain points. However, what I have found is that playing arena duos with somebody you have good chemistry with will almost always, no matter how good you are, give you more points in the long term. Duos is more skillful than solos because of the teamwork involved. In solos, you're all by yourself and the skill ceiling is sky high. But in duos, the skill ceiling goes to the moon because of all the plays you can do together as a team. You can play off each other in a way that simply isn't possible in solo. As you all know, I am not really one to blame RNG, but there is no doubt that solo is the most RNG game mode in comparison to the other options, duos and trios. So I would honestly recommend playing either duos or trios for getting as many arena points per day as possible. Because not only can you play together and win nearly almost every fight, but in my opinion, it's also way easier to grind long hours with somebody you enjoy playing with rather than with yourself. And lastly, as we all know, in 2021, it's going to be trios FNCSs, so the more you play, the bigger the chance to pop off in FNCS in 2021. So a lot of people come to me and ask me, Marin, how do I gain arena points? I always lose so many. Do I camp until top 25 and then play it out, or do I land salty towers and W key? And my answer to this question is always, sometimes you have to W key in the division you're in. Because if you can't win a fair fight in your current division, then you shouldn't be in a higher one. In order to gain a lot of arena points, you have to be at a certain skill level. And if the competition is too easy, then you're not going to improve. And if the competition is too hard, then you're not going to improve either. So the best tip I can give is to land somewhere you're comfortable landing. What I would recommend is using the website Fortnite.gg to try to find some amazing loot routes or POIs you can land at and become the best at. Then from there, after you have good loot, you have to start W keying and fighting everyone. If you die, you look at that as an opportunity to improve rather than something to rage at. If you do this, you will in no time be able to win pretty much any fight you find yourself in arena. Because arena, with the right mentality and skill set, is relatively easy, no matter what division you're in. Earlier in this video, I said that the best way to gain arena points fast is by not losing any. And an amazing tip to always stay on top of your game is to warm up properly before you hop into arena. What I would personally recommend is playing the creative map on screen right now and finishing the entire thing once. And then you should head over to practicing your aim for a good 10 minutes. The reason you want to do this is because if you die 3 games off spawn, then that's the same amount of points lost as winning a game with 0 kills in champion division. When you're warming up, it's also important to include the usage of the new weapons, the charge shotgun, tactical shotgun, and dragon's breath shotgun into your daily warm-up. Practicing with these weapons in creative will lower the time it takes you to become good with them, because of the effective practice creative allows you to get. What I like to do is play sonars, build fights, and realistic 1v1s with these weapons. The reason this is so important is because it diversifies your practice and it becomes effective. Alright, so let's talk about reaching champion division. Reaching champion can be a marathon, and if you're struggling to get from contender to champion, listen carefully to what I have to say now. I personally don't believe in playing for placement in arena, but I know a lot of people feel more comfortable W-keying after they've reached champion compared to when they are in contender, because then they don't have to stress to reach it before FNCS, and I completely respect that. If you are one of those people that just want to get to champion and play it safe on the journey there, then I recommend landing on the edge of the map, farming up a lot of mats, and getting a loot you're comfortable with. And then after that, you rotate on the dead side and let the placement roll in. Some people watching might not know what the dead side is, so let me explain. When each zone closes, people will rotate in from the side that's going to be covered in the storm in just a few minutes. That means that the vast majority of players are going to be on that side. And if you can make it, for example with a car, to the opposite side of where the zone is closing, then you are going to be on the dead side of zone. And here, you're not going to be contested by a lot of people. If somebody decides to fight you on the dead side, then you're most likely not going to get third-partied, and you can fight in peace. I remember back in Chapter 2, Season 1, I had FNCS at 12 in the morning, and the night before I only had 4,500 points, and you needed 6,500 to get to champion. That's 500 more than you need today. I stayed up all night and played the OCE Hype Night to be able to reach champion, and I finally made it just 20 minutes before the tournament. And in the tournament I was so tired and we didn't really perform because of that. So my advice is to play like this until you reach champion, and then you should without a doubt fight everyone you see after that. It's going to be hard and you're going to get eliminated a lot, but if you stay positive, then I believe you can improve to become insane. Alright, so let's conclude today's video, and there's a lot to be said. First and foremost, before you hop into arena, it's important that you warm up properly. Start off by free building and practicing mechanics that you aren't good at. Then play 10 minutes of aim practice, and then get into an arena game as focused as you can be. Try to avoid being on Twitter, YouTube, or Snapchat whilst you're in-game or in the bus even. Secondly, understand that every game matters. When you start getting a bus fare, what you want to do is survive at all costs. And that is why being warmed up and focused is so important. If you are a player with an extremely positive attitude and a good mentality, then there's no doubt that you should be playing solos. But long term, I believe that duos or trios is the better option for most people, because it's both easier to grind for longer and it's easier to be consistent in those team game modes, compared to solo, which has a small amount of RNG in it. Lastly, if you want to reach champion quickly, just play it safe with a lot of patience and rotate on the dead side of zone. But don't be scared to fight, because you're a good fighter, and when you don't get third-partied, then it's not a problem at all to win against someone that challenges you. Be confident in your place, and trust me, you'll reach champion before you know it. Guys, that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys learned something new. Recently, I've been gaining quite a bit of arena points, and I thought I would share what I did to go from not really gaining any arena points to getting as much as 3,000 arena points in one day. With all of that said, please go on to have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Stay safe and take care.
Shorty want me so bad, do your knees hurt? Yeah, I'm counting paper guap in my beamer, yeah. If you want one, now you coming with a paper. I ain't texting shorty back, see you later.